Hello. How are you? Kerry Pope here. Now that you can hear me, will you do me a favor? If you haven't subscribed to our channel, will you subscribe, hit the notification button, and if you will, also get ready to join me in a few weeks on my new station, Kerry A. Pope on YouTube. Awesome. If you missed the intro, we're going to be doing it live. I'm excited about it. I am super pumped. Yes. And so today, I want to talk to you about the concept of love. Are you a victim? Are you a victim? So let me go back to my intro again. I had a session today with a young lady that warranted this video. And what was unique about the session is she was dating this guy that was a jerk. And he basically made excuses for how he acted. He made excuses for being a jerk. And he said, this is how I am. And you met me this way. And this is what turned you on, me being outspoken and being a jerk. I'm authentic and I'm not changing for anyone. You know anybody like that? And so I was helping her through this concept because something happened this weekend, is very traumatic. And I wanted to walk her through the conception of love and how we have a concept of love that we've conceived in our minds, but we become victim to that concept as well. And today I want to share this real quickly and ask you, are you a victim to the concept of love? So I said to her, I said, why do you love this guy? And she began to tell me why. I said, well, I'll tell you what, put a pause and a pin in that. And I want you to close your eyes and I want you to picture a field of nothing but mud. And I said, do you see it? She closed her eyes and she said, yes, I see the mud. I said, now I want you to see two sets, a set of two shoes of boots that are standing in this mud, and this mud is covering the top of the foot. The top of the shoe is covered with mud. I see it. I said, now see these boots walking towards a beautiful house. And she says, I see it. Watch the boots as they climb up the stairs to go into the house, but they stop right outside the door, and there's this floor mat. This doormat that's laying on the ground. I said, do you see that doormat? She says, yes, I do. I said, now picture this person wiping their feet on this doormat, getting the mud off, just wiping the mud. She says, I see it. I said, how much mud is left on the shoe? She said, not much at all. I said, now, did the person go into the house with the boots on or did they take them off? She said, they went into the house with the boots on. I said, open your eyes. I said, you vividly saw the mud, the boots, the stairs, the doormat, and the house, the immaculate house. But the guy refused to take the mud in the house. He wiped his feet on the doormat. I said, baby, you're that doormat. And she just fell back in her seat. I said, anytime you allow somebody to waddle in mess and dirt and mud and then have the audacity to want to wipe it off on you like your emotions or your feelings are not relevant and that, you're not important, you have become the doormat. And most times what people will do when they don't love you is they'll wipe their mess off on you and go into the house with some other man or some other woman that they now call home because all they saw you as was a doormat to wipe their mess. In other words, if sex is available, you're a doormat. If money is available, you're a doormat. When it's time to settle down with that person and make a family, I'm not ready for that. But you were ready for all the other things. You were ready to milk the cow, but you didn't want to pay for the milk. What are you saying, Kerry? I said to her then, baby, you don't really love him. You're in love with the concept of love. So what is the concept of love? And are you a victim? The concept of love is this. When you see someone that you say you're in love with, but you really don't have a reason to be in love with them because they're not doing anything for you to be in love with them, you're basically in love with the concept of what love could be between the two of you. Robert, I knew you was going to come on and say something, brother. See, most of the times when you're in love with the concept, you're thinking about the white picket fence, him loving you, you loving her, the sex, the kids, the money, all this good stuff. But that's a concept that's only in your mind. But the reality is that joker's treating you like trash, don't have the time of day for you, can't ever get, can't find them on the phone. Every time you turn around, they're somewhere doing something else, and you're making excuses because you don't want to let go of the concept of love because you're now a victim. I've been there. I went through before my divorce. It was like, I love her. God fix it. And God said, fix what? What are you in love with? If you stop and look at all the things that has gone on and transpired, what are you in love with, Carrie? Being disrespected. You're not being treated the way you should be treated. You're not being loved. You're not being cherished. You're being tolerated versus celebrated. Come on, somebody. So, Carrie, what are you in love with? And I said, the concept of love, God. And as I was talking to this young lady, I want to share with you today that many of you are in love with the concept of love because that joker you say you're in love with is not loving you. Real quickly, if I can share with you what love is, and let me read it real quick. The Bible gives us a breakdown of love, and if you want to know if someone really loves you, then love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, and it is not proud. Love does not dishonor others. If someone loves you, they're not going to dishonor or disrespect you. They're not going to talk to you any kind of way or do things or take you for granted because that's dishonor. It is not self-seeking. See, when someone really in love with you, they'll put their feelings to make sure that you're okay, and you love them. You'll take your feelings to make sure they're okay. So you're serving each other. It's not self-seeking, it's self-serving. You're serving others with your self-love and your self-deeds. How about this one? It is not easily angered. True love is not easily angered. Every time you turn around, this person is mad at you for something, and you can never get it right. You're always the problem, but they never do anything wrong. See, somebody's saying, Carrie, you're talking real good. People will always say you're the problem when it's actually them. See, when you point at somebody, there's 4 fingers pointing back at you. So love is not easily angered. It keeps no records of wrongs. When you are constantly saying, well, what about last week when I did this for you? And what about the other day when I looked over your craziness? See, you're keeping record, or what we call the ace in the hole that you can play. Love doesn't keep record because love forgives. See, the concept of love is what a lot of people have fallen in love with, but the reality is that joker don't love you, because if he loved you or she loved you, they'll fall into the category of what the Bible say love is. Are you feeling me? See, when you're out shopping, are you thinking about the other person before you think about yourself? So you grab roses? I'll just get up and go out and grab Rebecca roses and bring them home because I know she loves them, and bring 2 dozen of roses home and put them up. Not because of anything special. It's because of love. She'll be out shopping, and I don't shop for myself. All the clothes I wear, Rebecca shops for me, because you know what, ladies? When a woman knows what she like to see in a man, why lust over some other man when you got one that looks good? Dress your man. But guess what? She loves me enough because she serves me. She serves me with her love. She serves me with her heart. And so when you love someone, love is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrong. Watch this. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. So what does that mean? When someone really loves you and they hold you accountable because they have checked you with truth, you don't get upset, but you welcome it because you know they're loving you, or they're checking you because they love you. They're correcting you because they want the relationship not to have any dissension in it so that we can love freely. I've been through multiple divorces, and I had to really come to the concept, boy, do you know what love is? Or do you love the concept of love? And I was in love with the concept. Can anyone say, Carrie, me too, that I was actually in love with the concept, and I fell victim to that falling in love with the concept, when the reality was they didn't love me, because if they loved me, there's no way they could have done the things that was done to me. Now, don't get me wrong. When you truly love someone, you're going to hurt that person unintentionally. Notice what I said, unintentionally, because you cannot give your heart to someone and it not get hurt. But when someone despitefully misuse you or intentionally take advantage of you because they see you as the money bag or they see you as security, they're not necessarily in love with you. but they're in love with what you can do for them. And that's a concept. It always protects, always trusts, and always hopes, and it always preserves. I love how it ends. Love never fails. When you truly have love, and love is mutual, not one-sided, but mutual, not this 60-40, 70-30, but a 50-50 love. Come on, you know who Teddy Pendergraft talked about that. He said, it's so good loving somebody when somebody loves you back. He said, I'm not talking about 60-40 or 70-30, but I'm talking about 50-50 love. When you are in true love never fails. Even if you have the biggest arguments and you don't speak for a day, that love is yearning for that other person. That love is yearning for the other person to come back and say, baby, I'm sorry. And even if you were wrong, even if you wasn't wrong, you're like, look, I love you so much that we can squash this, because my love for you never fails and your love for me never fails. And when you truly have love, as I just explained in Ephesians, where you're not keeping record and you're not easily angered and you're not self-seeking and you're not dishonoring, and you're always preserving, you're always hoping, you're always trusting, you're always protecting. That's another thing. Men, if you really love your woman, you won't send her to the door or send her outside in the cold to get something when you can get your rusty behind up and go get it yourself. See, a real man won't put his woman in any danger. Y'all don't want to talk to me. See, I'm just going to be real with you. I don't let Rebecca ride around in the car unless the car is either half full or full. It never falls below half a tank. And when it does, back to the station we go. Why? Because it's my responsibility as a man to make sure she doesn't have to worry about pumping any gas. I took on that. Oh, well, Carrie, man, you crazy, boy. Look, you. That's what's wrong with these women now. They got it made. What is she doing for you? She's cooking. She's cleaning. She's sexing. She's loving. She's doing all the things, taking care of my clothes. We built empires together. She makes me feel like the king that I am and respect me for the palace that we live in. What are you saying, Carrie? When you understand the true love and not the concept, then you will start doing what? Holding things in place. Rebecca checked me in a hot minute, and I'll check her back when it's her turn. Not that we keeping score, but it's called accountability. Because I come home to her and she comes home to me, and it's called accountability. And so Rebecca will tell you, and like I say, you got to make sure you take care of what's yours. Because let me tell you what now, as that old saying goes, one man's trash is another man's treasure. And somebody know you got something good that you don't appreciate because you bought into the concept. And if you let that go and not love it, trust me, they won't have a concept. They'll bring real love. And they'll snatch it up so quickly that you look around and say, what happened? I thought I had time to get me together. You had 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. You had plenty of time to get you together. You just took for granted that what you have is not going anywhere. So with that being said, to all my men, love your woman. And to all my women, love your man. Honor, cherish, treat her like the queen that she is. Honor, cherish, respect him as the king that he is. And respect each other to the point that it's not a concept of love, but it's the actuality of it. All right, guys? The concept of love. Are you a victim? I want you to ponder that thought right now. As I let you go, I want you to ponder, have I fallen victim to loving somebody who really didn't love me back, treating me like crap? And when I really stop and think about it, I'm actually in love with the concept of what it could have been, not the reality of what it actually is. Ponder that thought, guys. All right. I hope you enjoyed this. This is some good stuff, if I say so myself. Until next time, join me again soon. Start my channel. And then if you haven't subscribed here, I need you to subscribe, guys. All right.